Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you very much for joining me here today. We're going to take a quick look at Gala, see what's going on here, and peek over at Bitcoin as well. Honestly, not a whole lot new from Bitcoin from yesterday. Pretty much just kind of staying sideways at 57,000. Good news is we're in between the channel of basically 56 and 58,000. That essentially was a potential support and resistance channel from before. 58,000 is somewhat of a resistance, though. It was tested a few times as a support. So in that case, we might expect that to be kind of a stronger resistance moving forward. There was a CME gap as well recently. So we might also see the price correct a little bit lower, but not too much. I don't expect anything lower than where we're at presently. Okay, so I think we're in pretty good shape. Anything lower than 56,000 would be unrealistic. If we take a look at the moving averages, you can see we got the 50 kind of working as a support level now. That is fantastic. That should essentially continue to progress sideways with the price action for a few more days, possibly even see a leg up here in the near future. Hard to say what's going to happen exactly, but we got some good factors here, essentially finally working in the swing of Bitcoin instead of kind of pushing the price down. We should have these things pushing the price up soon. Okay, so all's well for Bitcoin. Let's go ahead and take a look at Gala. And just before we do, if you are new to the channel, just know, not a financial advisor. I just love teaching people how to trade. It's my goal and my passion to help you become a better trader. So if you're interested in checking that out, of course, I have a trading community that might help you become a little bit better, of course, but more importantly, I send out signals for every single trade that I take, so you can kind of see how I structure that and effectively follow along if you'd like. Now, again, that is completely optional. Check that out if you want. These videos are designed to help you understand more about becoming better at understanding the charts and trading in general. So you might actually learn a thing or two if you stick around. But again, thank you to all my current subscribers and members for supporting me this far. It's been an amazing journey. Thank you. Now, looking at Gala, let's go ahead and go with the one-day chart. Work our way down, right? Because any good trader is going to look at every single time frame. We can see that the moving averages are null and void, right? They pretty much don't even matter or exist at this point. We're not going to worry about that for quite some time. Moving on to the RSI, we're still over 70, still implied bullish, and we should expect to see 70 bounce as a potential support level, which just basically implies the price could come down a much lower and still effectively stay considered as bullish based on the overall sentiment that we've had here so far. That all in all is a good sign ultimately. I don't foresee that as being a negative. I think Gala is still in very, very good shape. Now let's take a look at the 4-hour. We got the 50-day simple moving average working its way up to about 56 cents. So great news is that is going to be considered a stronger support level because of that. Obviously, the moving average will continue to increase, but that being concurrent with a major Fibonacci support level is a very, very good sign. We like to see that. So if you're going to consider setting a stop loss, just below 56 cents might be an advantageous consideration, even though that is, yes, a decent percent. If you look at that, it's like, oh, wait, I don't want to set a stop loss at 18%. Well, sometimes you have to, because, right, when Bitcoin corrects 5%, coins like this move 10 to 15%, right? So you need to have that cushion if you're going to set a stop loss, or if it's just, say, generally just a kind of a swing trade, and you believe Gala is going to continue upwards, dollar cost average, don't set a stop limit. You'll be perfectly fine. Again, we're in a bullish market, not a bearish market, so that is an okay consideration, right? Just something to think about. Again, great stuff there. We like to see that. We also like to see the RSI over 50 here. We can see that right now. We can see the RSI is hanging out right around about 55. Yep, right up 55. And effectively what that means is if the price comes down any lower, it should essentially bounce off of the support level established by the RSI. And a lot of times too, you will see these ascending patterns as well, where the price will continue kind of upwards to push the price action higher. And that could effectively happen right here with it making higher highs and higher lows. We could see the bounce off of the support of 67 cents, which is the support created by the Fibonacci retracement. So it does look like we're in pretty good shape because Gala's done very good about staying within these support and resistance levels within the Fibonacci retracement lines. So if you see here, this is a strong resistance level previously at 67 cents. Now it should work as a strong support. You can see 1, 2, 3 times it's tried to break below and hasn't yet. That is a good sign. That is something you want to take into consideration. So now might be a good time to maybe take a little bit of profit between here and 74 cents, right? Maybe even set your target around 72 cents, which is the next major resistance level. All right, taking a look at the 1-hour chart. Let's go ahead and see what's going on here with the cloud. Now we just broke below the cloud, but that actually doesn't concern me because even though, yes, it's true, you want to kind of stay away from taking entry when you have the price within the cloud, I still feel it'd be okay to consider taking entry now based on the simple fact that the cloud is essentially working. In most cases, it can still work as a support level, right? Because we haven't officially broken below it. there's that. There's also the simple fact that our conversion line's above the baseline, and we also have a strong support level at 67 cents. So those are all kind of positive factors that lead me to believe that now might even be a decent consideration to just take a small position to trim an extra 5 or 10%. Okay. Again, this is just what the charts are telling me right now. Is it great? I don't know. Every situation is different, right? It's always organic. Every time you look at the charts, it's going to change on you, and it could reverse tomorrow. But based on what I see here so far, there's a lot of good signs. This is even better. Take a look at this. We went all the way from a 1 to a 9 yesterday, right? So 9 hours of straight bullish momentum. This is TD sequential doing exactly what it's supposed to. In other words, when you see it come up to a 9, what it does, it goes back down or consolidates. In this case, it obviously went down and corrected itself. So it kind of came down to the next lowest low, or basically a higher low, rather, right? See, we got these higher lows. And it's bouncing off support here. And what we see is we see a 9 right now with a doji candle. So that effectively means that we have a state of indecision where the price should in fact reverse. And now that we hit that 9, we shouldn't expect much further continuation to the downside. In fact, we should probably expect the price to come back up moving forward. So this tells me we're in very, very good shape. We're making higher highs and higher lows still, right? As you can see, these are all higher highs and higher lows. We got to bounce off of support. We're at a state of exhaustion, should expect a turnaround. And furthermore, we've also got the fact that the price is, yes, it's traveled into the cloud, but it's in the top half there. It's above the lead 1 essentially. And there's a good chance that we'll still be able to see it continue back upwards from here. So I literally see nothing but good bullish indications here to take a position. Now, obviously, careful with your entry points, right? And your targets. In other words, set your profit targets realistically. I would say 72 cents would be a good realistic estimate because that was the most recent high. So you can consider locking in that profit. And if you have a trailing stop loss, have that moving up with moving target number 1, right? So that way, every time you hit your next target, it consistently moves up with you and you get filled. And even if it closes, you still take profit. Okay, so that's something I'd recommend doing. But ultimately, Gala looks very, very good. And let's go with the best case scenario here, just in case it were to continue to pop off. Say we break our all-time high of 84 cents. There is a chance we could see a continuation to $1.28. Now, bear in mind, this movement here that we see right now is 5 days of trading. So hypothetically, we could see that increase to about $1.28, somewhere in the range of 1 to 2 weeks. That is very realistic. Again, with Bitcoin being on the rise and essentially consolidating right now, we get sideways action from Bitcoin for the next 2 or 3 days. I'm confident Gala will continue to take off, break its all-time high, and move forward. That's just kind of how it works. Again, a lot of these things are contingent on Bitcoin. That's why we look at Bitcoin first to know what's going on. Bitcoin's in a good state right now. Even if it were to retrace a small amount, we still have that cushion from that nice increase from yesterday for a lot of coins. So even adding to your position right now wouldn't be a terrible consideration. So again, dollar cost average if you're unsure. If you want to wait, feel free to do so. But I see a lot of good buy signals here for, if nothing else, a nice 5 or 10% gain, closer to about 74 cents, perhaps, and then some. So I hope you found benefit here. We'll look forward to seeing the next video. We'll go ahead and cover Gala again tomorrow. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Thanks again for your time. We'll see you then.